Riverside Farm, and this is Flash. He's our two-toed sloth. We're gonna feed him some breakfast. You can actually come here and do that here at the farm. So I'm feeding him some green beans. Flash loves green beans. So Flash is a two-toed or two-fingered sloth. He's pretty cool. The Echoey Riverside Farm is located halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We're in Benton, Tennessee, right on the banks of the Echoey River. We have over 125 animals here, and we're open to the public. It's really cool. And you can actually stay here too. So if you've ever wanted to come feed a sloth, or hold a sloth, or hug a sloth, you can do that here at Echoey Riverside Farm. So we're feeding Flash some green beans. Did you guys know that in the wild, sloths only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days? It's really amazing. So they come down out of the tree, and they get way down, and they go all the way down the tree, and then they get low, and they do a little potty dance. All right? So when they do that potty dance, the sloth moth actually gets up on their fur, okay? It's really cool. So when that sloth moth is on their fur, when they're grooming themselves, the bacteria that the sloth is getting when he grooms himself, puts it in his mouth, and that's actually how they process their food, is through a bacterial process versus an enzymatic process like how we do. It's pretty amazing that God designed them with the sloth moth and the sloths to actually have a symbiotic relationship. It's really amazing. We're gonna give him a boiled egg. This is for his protein, and he loves boiled eggs. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see when he eats it, because he loves it. Give me just a second. Here we go. All right, Flash, you want some boiled egg? Yum. Oh yeah. You got it? Oh. There you go. I don't want to give him too much, right? So we usually feed him zucchini, squash, sweet potato, some spinach usually in the evenings. But he really loves fruit too. But we don't give him too much fruit because fruit increases bacterial growth, right? So we consider ourselves poopologists here at Echoey Riverside Farm because no matter what the animal is we have to look at its poop or their poop every day to make sure that they're healthy. So if for some reason their poop was too runny, that means that they might have too much bacterial growth, which is caused by fruit. So we would decrease the amount of fruit. Or if it was too dry, we might want to increase the amount of fruit. We work very closely with a team of veterinarian experts and sloth experts who have been caring and raising sloths for over 30 years. So we consult with them for the best information and the most accurate information that we can get. So we don't deal with urban legends or different things like that. We hear some very interesting questions, and we're always welcome to any question that you might have. The only thing that we ask is when you're asking your questions on social media or email is that you just be nice to everybody. That's really our only requirement. So I'm gonna give him some zucchini now. Want some zucchini? He's like, I want some more of that boiled egg. He loves it. So we very carefully monitor his diet. And I'll show you the bowl that I'm feeding him. So this is his breakfast. So Flash is all about some brunch, right? Sloths sleep 15 to 20 hours a day. So they're the ultimate lounger, right? Let's see, you want some sweet potato? He's like, no, I want the good stuff. Let's try some zucchini. He's like, where is the boiled egg? Yum. Get it, Flash. So do you guys see his little claws there? So those, he only has two, right? So there's two-toed and three-toed sloths out in the wild. But regardless if they're two-toed or three-toed, their back limbs both have three. So that's the reason people have been working towards calling them two-fingered or three-fingered sloths versus two toes. Because it's not really like he has four legs. He has back and then front. So we're working on encouraging the general public to really start to say two-fingered sloths. And this isn't something that we came up with our own. This is everything that you hear from the Smithsonian to our veterinarian who has specialized with sloths and been raising them for over 30 years. We are a USDA licensed facility, so it's the same permit that you would get at the zoo. So we're a USDA licensed exhibitor. This is not Flash's main area. His main area is back here behind this door. So it's a 2-story enclosure that goes all the way up. And then when you're inside the camel condo, you can actually see Flash and have him for a roommate. It's really awesome. How's that going, bud? And I flipped the cameras around hoping to be able to see a little bit better, but until I get a big screen here, I can't see. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in a DM or whatever, and we'll do our best to get to them. If you guys want to come feed Flash yourself, you can do that. You just go to our website, ecoeriversidefarm.com, and you can book any encounter that you'd like to do, and you can also book your lodging. So if you book lodging here, you get 20% off of most of your animal experiences. Hey Flash, you want some more, bud? You want another green bean? Yum. You got it? He's kind of thinking about it. He got spoiled by that boiled egg, but you can see he's munching down on it. Let's see if I've missed any great questions here. How old is he? So Flash is 6 years old. Out in the wild, sloths will probably only live 20, maybe 20 plus years. But the record, there's 2 sloths that were in Germany, Jan and Paula, and they reached 52 and 54 years old, which is incredible, right? And so we're really excited that Flash and Dash and Zoe could make it into their 50s. Wouldn't that be awesome? In the wild, they really have to worry about bigger predators or the harpy eagle or bigger jaguars. So when they go out on those limbs and they're trying to get their leaves and eat them, they might go all the way out in a branch, and then, no, hold on, let me feed him his green bean and then I'll continue. So then when he goes out on that branch, if an eagle or a big jaguar gets on the branch, they both might fall, right? So when they fall, because the sloths actually have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23, and their internal organs are actually attached to the ribs via connective tissue. So when they fall, they don't get near the impact that humans or other animals would get. So they're designed for the fall. So when they both crash down to the ground, the cat and the sloth's gonna be okay, he's gonna live, and he's gonna look over at that cat and go, ha, ha, and then just go on his way. Did you know that sloths can actually swim? They're actually really good swimmers. And they're not getting out there doing it for exercise. If they come down and they need to cross something, they can actually swim, and they swim very well. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I missed any more questions. I'm sure there's a bunch here. Nice marmot. Well, that's a sloth. Let's see. What country or region has the most sloths? Costa Rica has a lot, Honduras. So they're a Central American. They want that climate, right? So they needed their temperature, the outside ambient temperature, to be between 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. If that temperature goes up or down too much, they go into a state of torpor. So a state of torpor is not hibernation, but it's similar, okay? But it is definitely different. So here at the farm, we keep the inside temperature, I think it's 78 degrees right now. And you also have to keep the humidity correct. So he needs a relative humidity of 50%, okay? And we do that by misting the room and different things like that. Also during the summer, you want another piece, Flash? You want another piece of fruit, buddy? It's a green bean. You want a green bean? You want this? So sloths are really flexible, right? He can turn all the way around. He can spin, okay? And the reason for that is all the vertebrae he has, right? So more vertebrae than any other animal in his area. That gives him so much flexibility. So that way when he's climbing around the jungle and going from tree to tree and reaching out, he can just turn all the way around. I'm nowhere near close. You want another one, Flash? Let's see, let's give him a green bean. He loves green beans. Don't you, bud? You want a green bean? Let's see if he can show off and show how flexible he is. Hey, buddy. So if you guys ever wanted to do this, you can come here to Coe Riverside Farm and feed him. He still smells a little bit of this boiled egg. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of smush it on this sweet potato for him. Do like a little on a cracker. There you go, it's all together, bud. You want it? Okay, he doesn't want the little cracker I made him. Charcuterie for sloths, that's what we're doing here. No green bean. All right, let's try zucchini. I got a zucchini, Flash. You want it? There you go. So sloths have horrible vision. To kind of give you guys an idea, if you want to know how a sloth sees, it's like this. They have horrible vision, but luckily God designed them with wonderful sense of smell and hearing. So he has little tiny ears, right? And they're just buried under his fur. Hey, Flash, you want another piece, bud? Here you go. I got a zucchini. I think that's what you're digging right now, right? You got it? He's really sweet. So when you guys come here, if you do a sloth encounter with Flash, this is what you'll be doing. Feed Flash and you can pet him. He's really sweet. We don't hold Flash because he's never been held, but we have Zoe, which is just over 1 year old, two-fingered sloth, and she is a cutie, and we're gonna feed her also probably in about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to see a baby sloth, we're gonna feed baby Zoe. Her birthday was December 16th, and then we also have Dash. Dash is a little tiny cute nugget. Are you munching? Are you munching? Yeah, so we have over 125 animals here, including sloths, zebras, kangaroos. You can come bottle feed kangaroos, and we do farm tours also. Those are a great way to see all the animals. So that way you can see the zebra and the camels. We have sugar gliders, hedgehogs, everything. It's really awesome. And he's going to town now. Aren't you? Oh, you dropped one. So if you guys come to hold a sloth or feed a sloth, I definitely recommend that you not have any strong perfumes or deodorants or colognes on, because they have a very sensitive smell. Also, if you're coming to hold either Zoe or Dash, if you're wearing earrings, don't wear any hoop earrings, because the sloth is just kind of reaching around. We don't want those hoop earrings to be grabbed on. Let's see if I've missed any good questions here. Hey guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee on the banks of the Coe River. We're halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. It's beautiful here. Chillicothe Mountain is right in our backyard. We do have lodging here too. So if you've ever wanted a sloth roommate, you can do that here. So Flash's area, this is Flash, is right here behind this door. And it's a 2-story enclosure that goes all the way up. So you get to see Flash about whenever you want. Other really cool options that we have is a covered wagon that's heated and cooled. Has a king bed, bunk beds, Keurig, coffee, everything, right? You want the sweet potato? He's not feeling the sweet potato. That's zucchini, bud. You want a green bean? There's no more egg. I got another zucchini. Nope. You got one last green bean if you want it, Flash. So sloths have a really, really sensitive smell, right? Sense of smell. So they can smell things because they can't really see. So if you want to know how a sloth can see, hold your hand up over your eye, and that's how it's looking like for them. All right, what do you think? I think you might be done, guys, but we're gonna feed baby Zoe here in just a minute. She's only 13 months old, so her birthday was December 16th. Are you about ready to go? You guys see how flexible he is? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? He can spin all the way around. I got a huge green bean for you, bud. There's no more in there, see? No more egg. So we carefully monitor his diet. So he gets fruit sometimes, but the reason that you don't want to feed him too much fruit is because that aids in the bacterial process. So if we gave him too much fruit, that bacteria would start to grow too much, and then his poop would be runny. So what we'll do here is we'll try to let you see him go into his main area. I'll see if I can get the cameras kind of turned around. Give me one sec. Oh, he's just cruising. How cool is that? I gotta wash my hands because I picked up something off the ground. So cleanliness and taking care of the animals here is a huge priority for us. And so we ask that when you come that you make sure you wash your hands and you not have any crazy colognes or deodorants or anything like that on. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna see if we can switch this around. Flash, do you want one more piece? Let's see if we can get you another one here, bud. I got another green bean if you're feeling it. You want one more green bean? I think the boiled egg spoiled him. This is kind of what we have left.
It's okay.
But he keeps being like, is there any more egg? There's no egg, bro. So Flash, if you were a server at a restaurant, I'm pretty sure you'd be like, this is the pickiest guy ever. But he's basically finished his whole meal. So I'm gonna shift the cameras around so that way you guys can watch him go into his main area. I gotta move some of the tortoises around because we brought the tortoises in because it's really, really cold outside. And we have 2 sulcata tortoises on the ground right here. There's actually kangaroos too. So if you've ever wanted to come bottle feed kangaroos, you can do that here at Covey Riverside Farm. All right, let's see if I can get all this switched around without dropping it on my head. The reason my face is red is I just picked up an 80-pound tortoise, so my apologies. And this is where we're gonna go. right over here. Let's see if we can switch these. Jolene just walked in.
Jolene! Don't step on a turtle turd.
Yeah, we've been picking them up. This is about the 15th one. Alright guys, so I'm gonna open that door and then Flash is gonna go inside his main area. So this area that you always see us feeding him in, this is not the main area where Flash lives. This is just the kitchen. And we're working on making that a little bit better for everybody that's watching on social media. So let's see if we can get this open for old Flash. Flash, you ready to go in? So Flash is really flexible, but I don't want the door to bump him. So I'm just gonna kind of hold it and be like, hey, you ready to go back in, Flash? Hey, Flash. Hey, buddy. You wanna go back to bed? Come on. So all we do is open the door and he wants to come out and eat. We would never force any of the animals to do anything that they don't want to do. So it's pretty cool relationship that we have. He might be able to crawl over it, but I'm gonna let him go around. So we really try to be good stewards of the animals. You're good, bud. I'm just opening the door for you. Look how smoothly he crawls. Isn't that awesome? So he's getting ready to go to bed. There you go. Not setting any speed records, but it's all right. And I'll see if I can get this other one in here so you guys can actually watch him go to bed. Alright, let's see if we can get this in here. There he goes. And he might just chill out there for a minute. So when it's warmer, he can actually go outside. And that's where he loves to hang out. Like a nice rain in the spring, summer, as long as it's around 80 degrees, he goes out there and he's the original fan of the outdoor shower. Let's see if we can turn this a little bit for y'all. You can see his hammocks. He loves to go up there and hang out. Let's see if we can turn this a little bit. Where you going, Flash? There he goes. Going to bed. Good night, Flash. Good night, buddy. And let's see where he went here. There he is. He's crawling up there to bed. So it's really cool because you can stay right up there and actually have a sloth for a roommate. You see that window up there? So if you're staying in the camel condo, you can see Flash. How awesome is that? There he goes. Hey guys, all you have to do to make a reservation is go to our website at coeymriversidefarm.com and you can book everything you want to right there. And that's Flash up in his hammock. He's gonna go back to sleep. Alright guys, do you want to see a baby sloth? We're getting ready to look at the baby sloth. Alright, let's see if we can get this over there with the baby sloth, and we're gonna feed the baby sloth next. Who's excited about that? Where's everybody watching from? We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We are open to the public. All right, guys, I didn't abandon you. We are gonna go feed baby Zoe now. Let's get all this stuff set up. Sorry about all the camera movement, but it's just me feeding Zoe right now. So I'm the one moving all the cameras. So that's baby Zoe. Baby Zoe is 1 year old. Her birthday was December 16th. And she's a sweetheart, so you can actually come here and hold a sloth if that's something that you'd like to do. All right, give me just a second and we're gonna feed her. Guys, so we have over 125 animals here, including sloths, kangaroos, camels, llamas, iguanas, so many cool things to do. So let me get this set up and we'll feed baby Zoe. So this is where we're gonna feed her. Trying to get it so you guys have a good angle. All right, getting ready to feed her. Let's change some of these so you guys can see all right. We're gonna lower it because I'm gonna sit in this chair and feed her some rice, and it looks like we have a little bit of zucchini. So she's just now coming off of a rice diet and moving more towards kind of regular food that we feed the other sloths. And here's where we're gonna feed her. So if you guys wanna come here and do that, you can. Who would love to hold a baby sloth? It's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can get this set up for y'all. All right, let me go grab baby Zoe and we're gonna feed her some food. How awesome is that gonna be? I think that should be pretty good for everybody. If you have a question, feel free to write it. There's usually a couple moderators helping us out. But I'm gonna grab baby Zoe and I'll be right back and then we'll feed her together. How fun is that gonna be? Hey Zozo. Hey Zozo. Look what I got. Look, I got some num-nums. You wanna come eat? Oh, come here. come here. Guys, so I'm just getting her out of her hammock and I'm showing her the food. And then she's gonna crawl up on me and we're gonna eat. She's eating rice out of my hand right now, and so I'm gonna bring her over and let you guys see that. Hey, sweet. Hey, sweet. Hey, sweet. You're such a good girl. You're a good girl. Good girl, Zoe. You're a sweetheart. Here's baby Zoe, guys. So this is baby Zoe, and we're gonna feed her breakfast together. So she's a two-fingered sloth. A lot of people have heard the term two-toed sloth, but we're really working more towards saying two-fingered sloth. So all sloths, whether they're 3 or 2, have the same number of digits back here. Are you ready for some breakfast? Who isn't ready for breakfast? So I feel like sloths are the ultimate brunchers because they wake up kind of late and they're ready for a snack. So sloths sleep about 15 to 20 hours per day. How crazy is that? Look at her, she's so sweet. Aren't you, Zozo? So Zoe's birthday was December 16th and she turned 1. So her enclosure in here, she loves. She has all these branches to climb around on and explore. And then as it gets warmer, she's gonna go outside. So she'll go outside that door behind me and she can get out there and just enjoy the sunshine. And then what Flash loves to do is if it's a warm rain, he'll go out there and take his own little version of an outdoor shower. How cool is that? So sloths require their environment to be between 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. They also need a humidity of around 50%. So we accomplish that by making sure that the inside area is misted, and that everybody is comfortable. Did you know that sloths only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days? So they'll come down out of the tree, they go down to the ground and they do a little potty dance. And when they're doing that potty dance, the sloth moth actually gets up on their fur, and then when they're grooming themselves, the bacteria that they're getting on their claws, then they ingest. That bacteria is how they process their food. So a lot of other animals, and humans included, use an enzymatic process. Sloths use a bacterial process. So another huge reason that the temperature has to be between 75 to 80 is because if it got too cold, it would kill off that bacteria. So they could actually die with a full stomach because it got too cold. Sloths do not hibernate. They go into a state of torpor. So torpor and hibernation are definitely different, but they're similar. If you have any great questions, feel free to DM me. I can't really get to the camera right now, but we have a couple moderators on TikTok. We're also working on having educational content on YouTube, and they'll be organized by playlists, so that way teachers, homeschoolers, kids in general, adults in general, can watch that and learn. Because that's what we want to do, is we want to educate. On YouTube, it is organized by playlists, and then when you're looking through the playlists, you want to look for stuff that says safe for kids, and then that way we know that it's appropriate to be shown in schools or to homeschoolers or just kids wanting to learn. I actually have an 8-year-old daughter, and she loves coming and learning about the animals, and occasionally she likes to talk about them. I think her favorite is Baku, our armadillo. If you're wondering if you can come here and stay and do this, you can. We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We are open to the public. We have over 125 animals, and we have lodging too, guys. We have covered wagons that are heated and cooled. They're right on the banks of the Ocoee River, and it's awesome. You wake up in the morning, and out your front door is a beautiful Ocoee River, and then you unzip the back of the wagon, the window, and you can see zebras and camels, llama, alpaca, emus, and they're just running out in the field. We also have several playgrounds here too for kids. Ocoee Riverside Farm is located in Benton, Tennessee. It's a 30-acre farm, pretty much at the base of Chillicothe Mountain, and it's beautiful, guys. There's a lot to do here in the area: rafting, kayaking, mountain biking. There is a ton to do. If you've ever wanted to be a sloth keeper for a day, yep, I said that, you can spend 3 hours with sloths, and that would be all 3 sloths. We just opened that up. That only runs Monday through Thursday. You need to be at least 18-year-old to book that. If you're bringing someone else, the second person could be down to 13 years old, I believe. If I'm wrong on any of the ages or anything like that, please check out our website. The website is OcoeeRiversideFarm.com, and you can book all your lodging, your encounters, everything you want to do here. We also do horseback rides. So we have horses here on the property. So you could do a horseback ride and tour the entire property. And that's dependent on skill level, obviously, too. And we have ponies. So we do unicorn birthday parties. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. It's what my daughter's asked for, is the unicorn birthday party and sloths. There are age limits on some of the sloth encounters. And the reason for that is sloths like everybody to be calm and relaxed. And as we know, sometimes younger kids get really excitable. And our goal here is for the humans, that's us, I'm the human, and the animals to have a great experience. So safety is number 1 here. So sloths are really cool. They have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23, okay? And then on their ribs, they're actually connected to their internal organs with a connective tissue, okay? So what that enables them to do is when they fall, and they do fall a lot out in the jungle, they fall about once a week, but when they fall and they hit the ground, they can survive. God designed them that way. And it's really cool. So when they're up in that tree and they're reaching out on a skinny branch, and then a big jaguar or a harpy eagle is going after them, and that jaguar and the sloth both crash to the ground from up to 100 feet, the sloth's gonna live. The jaguar probably won't. And the sloth is gonna turn around and it's gonna look over at him and go, ha, ha. And the sloth is gonna live another day. He's like the original 007, but a lot slower. So we have 3 sloths here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We have Zoe right here, the messy eater. She needs a bib. And then we have Dash. He's a baby. He's really small. He weighs a couple pounds. He's so cute. And then we have Flash. Flash is our adult male, and he's 6 years old. Look at her. She's just going to town. We also have this sloth, but it's not real. If you guys do want to hold or cuddle it, you can. It's all right. So Zoe is a 2-fingered or 2-toed sloth. And we're working on saying 2-fingered versus 2-toed And the reason for that is it's much more like they have legs and arms versus all legs. And that's not a decision that we made. That's decisions from sloth conservation, from our veterinarian who's a sloth specialist who's been dealing with sloths for over 30 years. That's crazy, isn't it? Can you imagine spending 30 years with sloths? It'd be really cool. So out in the wild, sloths might only live 20 to 30 years old. But the record is in Germany. There were 2 sloths, Jan and Paula, and they actually reached 52 and 54 years old. Isn't that awesome? The Smithsonian Zoo also had another sloth that reached 49. So we're really excited that because we give our sloths such great care and we feed them and we make sure everything's comfortable, that our sloths are going to make it to 50 years old too. Guys, if you want to come do this, you can. You go to our website, coeymriversidefarm.com, and you can do this experience. It's pretty cool. Fallon, do you want to hand me that?
Marker?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What? Oh. I can't reach with that hand, I'm sorry. So Fallon's gonna hand me Baku. So Baku is a 3-banded armadillo. How cool is that? So they are actually slightly related, and they're called Zathorans, right? So armadillos, sloths, and giant anteaters. Isn't that awesome? So he's a 3-banded armadillo, not the ones that you see running around in Texas and Florida and a little bit of Georgia now. But he's really, really cool. But I'm not gonna hold him too much because he wants to run around. But he's a sweetie. And that outside, it's not a shell, it's a skin. Oh, let's get you some more food, sweetie. Okay. She's munching through some rice right here. So when they're babies, they eat a lot of rice. And then as they get older, they'll start to move to like zucchini, squash, zucchini, green beans, and occasionally they get fruit too. The reason we don't feed them too much fruit is fruit starts the bacterial process. And if they have too much bacterial growth going on, their poop would get runny, okay? So we kind of consider ourselves poopologists here at Coe Riverside Farm. Pretty cool. So if you guys want to come visit at Coe Riverside Farm, you can. You can just book whatever you'd like to do right on the website. And we have lodging too. We have lodging for up to 40 people. So we have covered wagons, we have the camel condo, we have the riverside cabin. A lot of options. She's going to town. I hope everybody can see okay. I can't really adjust it from over here. If there's a question that I might have missed that you really wanted to ask, just shoot me a message. Like I was saying earlier, we're working on having educational content on our YouTube for people to show at schools, to their homeschoolers, and other people. So you'll just find us on YouTube. It's a Coe Riverside Farm, and you'll look under playlists. And we're always open to suggestions. Like if you think something could be done a little bit better, or what other animals do you really want to see, we'd love to hear from you on what you like. We have sugar gliders here, micro squirrels, chinchillas, iguanas. We have sulcata tortoises, spotted geckos, llamas, coatimundis, camels, what is this? Alpacas, Scottish Highland cows. We do horseback rides too. So starting in, I believe, March, you don't even have to be staying on the property to do a horseback ride. Right now you have to be staying here to do a horseback ride, but we also do camel rides. So if you've ever wanted to ride a camel, alongside the Kelly River in Tennessee, you can do that here. You want another piece? She's going to town. She got a good appetite. So sloths only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days. That's pretty crazy. So when they use the bathroom, they're gonna lose 30% of their body weight. Can you believe that? 30% of their body weight is what they're gonna lose. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds. So when they use the restroom, they're gonna lose 60 pounds. How crazy is that? So every day they're eating about 10% of their body weight. So out in the wild, they're eating a lot of low calorie, not very energy dense foods, leaves, things like that. Life expectancy of a sloth out in the wild, maybe 20 to 30 years. And the reason for that is, other predators, humans, power lines, trying to cross the road. So we feel really honored that we can share Zoe with everybody here. They don't have to travel as far, and you never want to hold a wild sloth, okay? And another risk that you have is sometimes at different zoos or places, Costa Rica or Honduras, things like that, people sometimes take sloths just out of the wild and set up little stands and let people hold them. You don't want to do that. It's not good for the sloth. Those are wild sloths. You shouldn't do it, okay? Some people even pull the sloth's teeth. That way you can hold them. We're not doing that here. These sloths have been around us and other humans multi-generational. Zoe doesn't know what the jungle is. Zoe's parents, Zoe's grandparents, etc., have no idea what the jungle is. Okay? It's the same as, think about your house cat, Fluffy. Sweetest kitty ever, right? Really sweet to you, curls up in your lap, wants to be your friend. Occasionally cats throw a tantrum. But for the most part, your cat is really nice. Let's say you went out back behind a dumpster or a house and you caught some feral cat. That's not going to go well for you to hold a feral cat. So that's the difference that we try to explain to people of our sloths versus wild sloths. And Zoe loves to do cuddles and snuggies. She'll just snuggle up next to you, hold onto your neck, and maybe go to sleep. This sloth right here is not as good a cuddler, but still really sweet. Look at him. And we're working on getting a lot more cool stuff for you guys to see, including animals, and then we'll also have maybe some Valentine's Day sloth hoodies here soon. So if you guys have any recommendations, we'd love to hear from you. We do field trips also. I believe it's a 50-person minimum for field trips. And it's a really great opportunity for kids who would never be able to see animals like this to get out and see them. Now on field trips, you're not interacting with the sloths because you can't put 50 kids around sloths because that's just not going to work out. Our sloth encounters you need to book online on our website at CoeRiversideFarm.com, and you can come here and hold a sloth, feed a sloth, pet a sloth. I mean, you might want to bring an extra phone so that way you can get all your pictures. What do you think, Zozo? You all done? You have made a gigantic mess. You got it on your nose. You have made a huge mess. There's no more. I think I now have rice permanently ingrained in my skin, but it's okay, because Zoe's the sweetest. And Baku, that little armadillo that I had, he's still wandering around here. That's it, Zozo. Now with the breakfast. You want to cuddle back up? That's it. You did good. There's no more. So sloths have horrible vision. but they have a great sense of smell. So that's how they kind of navigate in the wild, between their hearing and their sense of smell. They also have a really good memory and kind of like spatial awareness, if that makes sense. So they get to know their area, and it's like they have it memorized in their head. So in low light conditions, it's not a problem for them. Are you gonna snuggle up, Zozo? You're gonna snuggle up. If she doesn't want to snuggle, then we'll put her back up in her bed, and I'll try to turn it so you guys can see. Let's see if I can stand up. Alright, let's see if we can tilt some of these so you can see her. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I can kind of see a little bit better now. So this is Zoe. Can you see Zoe? So baby Zoe is just over 1 year old. Her birthday was December 16th. And she's a sweetheart. Look how sweet she is. What do you see, baby Zoe? I think I can see okay. I might try to raise these cameras just a little bit so I'm not breaking my back. But if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Where are we located? We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. No, don't get my camera. Zoe, what a sweetheart. Let's turn this other one. And then here in just a minute, we're gonna let her climb back up into her hammock. And it's really cool how she goes up there. All right, I think everybody can see pretty good there. We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Yeah, Zoe can climb. She's a good little climber. And I'm gonna start to rotate these cameras just a little bit because she's thinking about going back to bed, which is great because sloths sleep 15 to 20 hours per day. They're the ultimate lounger. How cool is that? Let's see if I can turn this just a little bit. Yes, it is very easy to see one in the wild in Costa Rica if you're paying attention. Sometimes they're really high up in the branches though. So I'm gonna come over there to that other side, and I'm gonna let her crawl into bed. So I'm just moving some cameras here. Give me 1 second, and then you guys will be able to watch her get up in her bed. Let's go around here, Zozo. Whoa. Good job, Zozo. Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We are open to the public. You just need to do your reservation online. Here comes Zoe. Here she comes. All right. All right. There she goes. Good job, Zoe. Way to go. So she's a baby and she's just kind of learning. So I'm letting her figure it out because I always want to be there for her, right? So if she doesn't want to go yet, that's fine. We'll kind of think about it. We want to make sure that the animals are secure and safe and happy. So that's the reason when you guys come to hold baby Zoe, that she's just cute and snuggly. And what's really neat is right now you can kind of see how pear-shaped she is. So when she uses the bathroom, she can lose 30% of her body weight. Isn't that crazy? So think about it. Let's say you weigh 200 pounds. She's gonna lose 30% of that, which for us would be 60 pounds. You got it, Zozo. Yeah. She's thinking about it. And I'm just letting her kind of figure it out. Look how sweet she is. So we have 3 sloths here at Code Riverside Farm. We have Zoe, Flash, and Dash. You got it. You're good. You're all right. There you go. You're good. I'm right here if you want to come back. I just want to make sure that she's comfortable, that she wants to get back in bed. So a lot of people say that it stresses sloths out for us to hold them. I don't think that's true because she is backed up on me all the time. I'm just letting her figure it out. See how she's climbing around? It's pretty cool. You can go to bed if you want. You want to climb around on your own? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's very sweet kisses. You want to come back over here for one more second? Yeah. Guys, you can tell she's really stressed. No, she's not stressed. A lot of people think that it stresses them out. No. Zoe loves the cuddles. Let me put this little towel in here. She's really familiar with that. And when we transfer Zoe, usually from the hammock to someone else to hold, we use that little step sloth that you saw. We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We're on the banks of the Ocoee River. I'm trying to turn so you can see her face. She's smelling me. I did take a bath this week. Okay, I took one today. Look how cute she is. All right, let's see if we can get back in there. I'm getting close so she can figure it out. There you go, Zozo. Good job. So we're letting her climb and use her muscles just like a baby, right? She's getting it kind of figured out. Boop. There she is. Let me spin this around a little bit. You going night-night, Zozo? So sometimes she'll climb around for a little bit. So let's see if I can set this up. And then you can watch her go to bed. Alright guys, I'm gonna flip these cameras as quick as I can, so give me just a second. Alright, baby Zoe is going to bed. There she is, all cuddled up, snug as a bug in a rug. So did I miss any questions while I was talking? Yes, she is a sweetie. She just wants to hang out and have some loving, some hugs. I mean, who doesn't like hugs, right? All right, so what questions did I miss, guys? Thank you, sis. We are located at Ocoee Riverside Farm, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. How do you set up the sloth encounter? Just go to our website at ocoeeriversidefarm.com. You'll see animal encounters. Scroll down to where you see sloth encounter, sloth snuggles, sloth VIP, or sloth keeper for the day. We just opened up sloth keeper for the day, and you get to spend 3 hours with sloths. So if you've ever wanted to hang out with sloths all day long, you can do that here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. What does the average sloth weigh? So Flash, he's about 15 pounds. Zoe right here is only like 11 or 12. How did we obtain the sloths? So Flash came to us from another facility, but baby Zoe and Dash came from an expert veterinarian who has been raising sloths and working with sloth and is a renowned sloth expert for over 30 years. And we value his information and his knowledge and his expertise. Hey Keith, if you're looking to set up a sloth encounter, just go to our website at ocoeeriversidefarm.com. You can book everything that you need to do there. If you are staying here on the farm and you're staying with our lodging, you get 20% off of most of your experiences. I cannot always remember every little detail, but if you go to our website, ocoeeriversidefarm.com, you'll be able to see each little specific. And look at her. She's all tucked in. So sloths, you know, they sleep 15 to 20 hours a day. So we're getting ready to kind of leave Zoe and let her relax and get some rest. I really, really appreciate everybody watching. And it's amazing here, guys. You gotta come visit. It is the best thing ever. Guys, I'm gonna keep TikTok on for just a second, but I'm turning off YouTube and Facebook. We do a lot of long form content on YouTube, so we're gonna have content on there that'll be acceptable for you to show in schools, to your homeschoolers, or just to yourself or your kids. So if you look at our YouTube, you'll see playlists. So within each playlist, it'll be specific to the animals, so whether it's sloths, kangaroos, camels, iguanas, llamas, kangaroos, so much stuff, guys. It's all on YouTube, and it's only gonna get better. But we wanna see you out here in person too, if you can. But hey, if you can't make it here, we still wanna share the animals with you, and that's the reason that we do that. Do you upload the TikTok live to YouTube? I don't, but we actually are live on YouTube right now. Occasionally I'll put it on YouTube, but I usually just upload the TikTok live to TikTok, but I can only do up to an hour on that. But I think I'll splice this one up because it looks decent.